Welcome back to the Uncensored Voice. This is Randolph Macias, your host. Today's guest is Misty Spears, running for Bexar County District Clerk. She is our Republican primary candidate, running against her Democrat opponent in the November 8th election. Tell us a little bit about yourself, a brief bio, if you will. Have you called San Antonio home all your life?
I was born in Lubbock, Texas, but we moved here when I was 10, and so this is home for sure. I went to high school here, middle school here, some elementary school, and this is definitely home for me. So.
Thank you for that. So let's get right to the questions that we're asking today. Why are you, you're running for Bexar County District Clerk, why are you seeking election for Bexar County District Clerk?
Well, what's interesting to me is I work in all the courts across the state in almost every county. So I see what the standard is across the state, and I see how far behind San Antonio, Bexar County is, especially being the fourth largest county in the state. And being that I have relationships across the state with other clerks, and especially in the larger counties, I know what changes we need here and how to implement those changes. And I just think it's time we be more technology minded here, because that's the future. We live in a county that's closer to the border, and we need to make sure we secure all of our records as best we can.
And what can you offer to the voters of Bexar County that your Democrat opponent cannot? What is the clear difference between you two?
Well, I offer a new perspective. As I have not worked in the district clerk's office, but that being said, I've worked with district clerks all over the state, and including federal and appellate court systems, and so I know what we need to be doing, what changes are needed. I have relationships with the district clerks all over the state. So being a city and a county this large, we have unique opportunities available to us to generate the funds that we might need to get us where we need to be with technology that other smaller counties might not have. And so I think we have a lot of opportunity in Bexar County to be the forerunner in the state, and certainly in the entire United States, as far as protecting our records, good record keeping, always staying ahead of the curve. As we all know, technology is constantly changing. We need to be creating systems that can grow with those changes, and we need to be at the front of the line, and I think I can do that.
I noticed that this is one of the races that is a partisan race. So you're running as a Republican. I would think that some of these would, with respect to City Council, it's a nonpartisan race. This is a county office, and it's a partisan race. Is there a perspective of your party that is put forward in this job as Bexar County District Clerk? Does it even matter? Is it primarily a standard records keeping job in the Bexar County District Clerk's office?
It's a great question. This position is not so partisan. It's not a position where you can change policy. However, I have an accounting degree from Texas Tech University, and that's important, and I've worked as an accountant, and so it's important that you be able to look at how our tax dollars are being spent. I believe in starting from the bottom and going up, constantly evaluating how our money is being spent and generated, and that's what makes me different from my opponent, and that to me is more of a conservative value in being very fiscally conservative and responsible with our money. It's important that this position be elected, because otherwise it would be an appointed position, which then it's susceptible to a lot of corruption. So that's why we have this position elected.
I was doing some research for the show, and you had mentioned technology is an issue. So is the state of technology up to par with other counties right here in Bexar County? Is it lagging by a lot or a little?
It's lagging a lot. We run a legacy system. We outsource our technology as it stands, so there's a lot of proprietary functions that are not within our control. Also, we don't have accessibility to online records, whereas other counties, you totally can access anything that you need, print it right then. You may charge a fee, which is also, another way to generate revenue within your own the office. It's not something that will hit the taxpayer. And we also have legacy systems, which makes us susceptible to the unique challenges we have in Texas, especially with regard to maybe corruption from neighboring countries that might be interested in accessing our records, data mining, changing the records to release criminals, things like that, which has happened all over the state. Things like that are happening. And so we have to have good technology in place to protect those records so that, you know, we live in a military city, we're close to the border, and we have to protect it so that they can't do data mining or other technology crimes that would impact Bexar County and certainly the nation.
Our most recent incumbent in the district clerk's office got primaried out and lost by 6,000 votes. Mm-hmm. Did this have anything to do with your decision to run? Have you been analyzing and doing research on your opponent or the Democrat opponents that led to where you are now?
I knew a little bit about several of them, and I've spoken to some of the ones that didn't make it to the general, obviously now, or even to the runoff. The incumbent, I wasn't influenced to run by anybody running on the Democrat side. I just felt like we need somebody, which is me, that can just can see things from an outside perspective. I mean, if we're only electing people that have worked within the Bexar County office, what ideas we need to be bringing fresh ideas and know what the standards are across the state. And that's something that I know. And that's why I ran. I really wasn't even looking at who was running on their side. I just thought, I can do this, and I have the education, I have the experience, and I'm going to run. And that's why I did it. Have you ever held public office before? I have not held public office. I am on my HOA. That counts.
That is very impressive because we see a lot of people now stepping up to the plate in multiple offices. Mm-hmm. Whether they be partisan or partisan, people are encouraged to run for office and make a difference in their community. Mm-hmm. And you saw a chance to do that. You stepped right up and you did it, and you filed and you declared yourself a candidate in a partisan race, mm-hmm. which can be hard or can be easier in some cases. Mm-hmm. But I see the Bexar County District Clerk's office as more of a nonpartisan job. Is that right?
Correct. That's
so
correct.
You're not really leaning on one side or the other, but technically for the county it is a partisan race. So you get to declare your party, whoever you're running with. And so running the office in a nonpartisan way is pretty much our focus.
Right.
We're just really focused on productivity and retaining staff and keeping them involved.
And happy.
And happy, of course, because then they'll retire and then that will cultivate new talent, and then we'll keep the cycle going over and over again. So in closing, Misty, thank you for your time, by the way.
Thank you.
What is your direct message to the Bexar County voter, and how can they help?
What I want to do is serve the citizens of Bexar County. This office reports directly to the taxpayers, to the citizens, and it is important that you have someone with the right education, the right experience, sees the goals, sees what we need here in Bexar County, and can implement the changes that we need. And I know I'm that candidate. I want to bring a fresh perspective. I want to bring a breath of fresh air into the office, make sure that the staff is happy, create great relationships with the courts and with the magistrate and the other county departments. And I'm real enthusiastic about doing this for the citizens of Bexar County. And the most important thing I think I want is for you to give me a chance to serve you, because I bring a different set of skills than my opponent. And I look forward to being the next district clerk for Bexar County.
So Misty, can you tell me, what is your website and your email address so folks can contact you if they want to help out with the campaign?
Okay. Yeah, it's Misty Spears for districtclerk.com is the website, and my email is misty@mistyspearsfordistrictclerk.com.
Thank you for that. And so whoever wants to get involved, please contact the campaign, and they'll be happy to assist you in however your talents can best be used. And I want to thank you for your time, Misty. So thank you for watching The Uncensored Voice. May God bless America and the great state of Texas. Remember to tune in on my YouTube channel, The Uncensored Voice.